What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and if you were around for yesterday's stream, you might know that yesterday's stream was pretty special, and in today's video, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So, if you don't know what happened yesterday, was I did a 5-hour stream, and on the first 2 hours, it was actually the last 2 hours of the previous season of Duel Links. I managed in that 2 hours to get King of Games, and I think I started at either Plat 5, or not Plat 5, Plat 4 or Legend 1, like right at the start of Legend 1, and I had about an 85% win rate to get there, and then when the season switched over, I played for another like 2.5, 3 hours, and I got King Games a second time. So in one live stream, I got King Games twice with the same deck, and it's really cool actually, because one of the things that I was talking about is that Duel Links isn't fun anymore, and I basically what I've been trying to do is once a week, usually on Sunday, since that video, and pretty much since the last like couple months, I've been trying to play this game and just see if it's fun. And the last couple times I've done it, the last like 2 or 3 times, it wasn't fun. I stopped playing after like 30 minutes, but this time I was having so much fun, like legitimate, like actual some of the most fun I've had in this game, if not the most fun I've had in this game. And there's a couple reasons for that. First off, the new ban list. You don't play as many Koaki decks. I think I only played one Koaki deck, and it's really lackluster. But also, the new set came out, and it introduced 6 Samurai, which is what I played. And the reason it was so fun for me is there's a lot of mirror matches out there, which is fine, but a lot of people seem to be building the deck way differently than I did to try to beat decks like Ancient Gears and Yubel, and admittedly those matchups are pretty bad, although I'm going to post the gameplay at the end of this video, but you'll see from the last 5 games that I played, 3 of them were Crawlers, so that was Ancient Gears, and I managed to beat all of those guys, and also I had a pretty hilarious misclick / misplay in this third matchup that you guys will see in the gameplay as well. But overall, I felt like my deck was so much stronger than the other ones that I was seeing, and it's kind of different. It's admittedly actually very different from a lot of the 6 Samurai decks that I played. I played a lot of mirror matches, probably about 20, and I only lost to 2 of them, so I have a really high mirror match win rate. But also, I didn't see a single list that looked anything like mine, so I don't know if it's because I'm coming with like hindsight, because I was around when 6 Samurais came out in 2011 with the legendary 6 Samurai Kizan and Xian and stuff, and like they just dominated the meta. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this is like the TCG player influence coming in here, but almost no one was playing a deck anywhere near this. You'll notice here, this is this isn't like because I think it's fun to play pure decks, but it's just because I think this is the best version of the deck. This is 26 Samurai cards. There are no non-archetype cards in here. For the first King Games run, this was actually an enemy controller, but this is so much better for a lot of reasons. So what's standard in this deck? Well, the standard cards are Kizan. Everyone's playing Kizan. Some people are playing 2, some people are playing 1. I think those 2 are just incorrect, but they're just for budget reasons. This deck is pretty expensive to make. You see my joke name, $250 budget 6 Samurais, because that's about as much as it costs to make this deck. But overall, people are playing Kizan. That seems to be agreed upon. Everyone's playing Fuma. This is probably the most common card in the deck. There isn't like another level 1 tuner. You're not playing Shin Squire or anything. This card's really good, actually. And then a lot of people are playing Legendary Secret of 6 Samurai. This card's never played in TCG at all. It's terrible in TCG, but the reason it's good in this game is just its first line. I mean, the whole thing's kind of good, but when you normal summon or special summon a Secret 6 Samurai monster, except in the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's why it's good. You can summon Fuma, special this from your hand. You can do like Kageki into Fuma, special this from your hand. If you have a Dojo on board, that's double Xian, because you summon this guy from deck. So those are like the 3 standard cards. A lot of people are playing like 3 Anishi. I think that's ridiculous. This isn't like a starter card, and that's kind of where I think where a lot of like people are missing the mark, is that they're just playing weird ratios and also just weird tech options. But I'm only playing 1 Anishi. It's really good. It helps out the Xian in the mirror match. It helps out Yubel and stuff, so that's pretty solid. But really, these 3 cards that I feel are super integral to my deck aren't being played at all. Like it's kind of crazy. This guy's just playing his level 2 tuner, summon off Dojo. Kageki is so good. I don't know why people, I think it's just because Duel Links players think, okay, we want to make a level 5 synchro monster, and even if they're not playing level 2 tuner, like I would play this guy without the level 2 tuner. He's that good. And it's like, I think they're just thinking he's not level 4 and my tuner's level 1, so I don't want to play him. But to me personally, I was trying to end like every single first turn, or like even going second stuff. I wanted to have a Xian, and if it's only 1 Xian, that's fine, but a Xian and then like 2 extra monsters, because the way you beat this deck is by like summoning a big monster and running Xian over. But if you summon like stuff like Kageki and Kizan next to the Xian, well, now you can't run it over because you just popped the little guys instead. So that's like what I wanted to end on. Like, this guy is just good. It's like a 1700 attack monster that protects Xian, and especially because Fuma protects it from being destroyed by card effects, which is super solid. So you have a situation where if you end on Kageki key Xian or like Keyzon Xian, you have a Xian that can't be destroyed by battle once, and then also it can't be destroyed by a card effect once. So it's actually really hard for most decks to deal with, and Xian's obviously really good. But the other cards, the level 2 guy, only played because he's a tuner, but a lot of people are going to play him. And then this card, I don't know, like this card is so good. This won me countless a number of games, especially against Ancient Gears, especially against U-Bills, especially against just, like anything. This is such a powerful card. I don't know if Duel Links players just don't know it existed. I know it's level 3, so I think that might be like the problem with it, but none of my opponents were like playing this card. Like maybe like a couple of them were, but overall like no one was playing this card. Yeah, it doesn't like do a lot of synchro plays. I know people just want to summon Xian on the first turn, but the cool thing about this deck is Dojo. By playing 3 copies of Dojo, obviously when you're doing your first turn combo, you just want to summon the Fuma and make the Xian or whatever. But if you have like multiple copies of Dojo and you're like going second, you can use it to summon things like Anishi. You can use it to summon things like Hand, and then just like kill your opponent's board. You bounce cards, you blow up cards. This thing is not once per turn. That's why it's so insane, and it can tribute itself, which I forgot one time. But overall, this thing's so good because if you summon it next to like 3 monsters, you can tribute the worst of those monsters to pop a card, and then you can tribute like itself to pop a card, and then you can just like keep going from there. It's super solid. Otherwise, I think the deck list is pretty standard. I mean, it's really not standard because like so many people, what they're playing is like crazy stuff. Like a lot of people are playing Offering to the Doomed. I don't know if I have that card. A lot of people are using this card. I think this card is awful. It is admittedly a lot better against U-Bill decks, which is this deck's worst matchup. It's the deck I took the most losses to, but I think overall the benefits of playing this card against just for one matchup does not outweigh the drawbacks of playing this card in other matchups. This card is particularly bad in the mirror match. So many times my opponents are just like pop the Fuma or pop the legendary secret only for me to summon a Keyzon from my hand, just make the Xian anyway, and now they're like losing tempo and card advantage because like they don't draw a card for turn. I'm pretty sure every single time this was activated on me, I was able to win those games just because like losing a card is so tough in the 6 Samurai mirror match. But so that's a card that's super popular. Everyone's playing it, and the other card that's really popular that TC players are gonna laugh because this card is so bad, but 6-style dual wield. If the only monster you control is 1 6 Samurai monster in attack position, target 2 cards your opponent controls, return those targets to the hand. This is like the most popular trap card in this deck. This is a card that everyone's playing 3 of, everyone's playing 2 of. It blows my mind how much this card is played. It's so bad. It's terrible in the mirror match unless you go first and open up Xian. But the problem is people that are playing this card are also playing Offering, so like they're lowering their deck's consistency. I said decks that the only monsters they were playing were 3 Keyzon, 3 Legendary Secret, and 3 Fuma. Like that's not enough. Like I just want to summon summon Xian like every single turn 1, every single game. And that it almost got to that point where I was summoning Xian every single turn 1 just because of the added consistency of just having more 6 Samurai monsters and not playing 0 non-engine cards. But a lot of people are playing this card. It's like okay if you summon a Xian and can resolve this. It is particularly terrible going second though, because the way to beat the Xian board is summon a bunch of monsters and then you can't use this. And even if you could use this, you have to make a worse board because you have to have exactly only 1 6 Samurai monster, and then also your opponent can just negate it with their own Xian, so you have to draw like 2. This was used against me like a couple times, and one of the times it got in there, but that guy's hand was like ridiculous anyway. Overall though, I don't think this, I don't know, maybe it's like because Duel Links players, like this card relative to Duel Links power level is pretty high, but I just want to like play a combo deck like as much as possible, so I just played like this. But overall this deck's really solid because compared to Koaki Mirrors, compared to Ancient Gears, compared to Blue Eyes, this deck is like an OTK deck, but also when you go first you just instantly win the game. A lot of those other OTK decks of the past, like they have to go like second to win the game and they don't have a good play going first, especially Koaki Miru. This deck can make a huge board going first. So overall I love this deck. It's super solid, and hopefully you guys enjoy my explanation. I'm actually really feeling Duel Links. It's super fun right now. I'm super glad that they made a decent, like a really good synchro deck, and it's finally happened. I know people were talking about Karakuri and Blue Eyes. No, those decks those weren't that great. Oh well, Blue Eyes was good, but it wasn't so much of a synchro deck, where this deck is like a true synchro deck and also very strong. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this explanation, enjoy the gameplay as well. I'll see you later. Probably won't be streaming Duel Links that much more in the next coming weeks because we're already getting games, but there is KC Cup coming up and I'm actually super excited to play in that. This deck is like some of the most fun I've ever had, if not the most fun I've ever had playing a Duel Links deck. But yeah, enjoy the gameplay. So here does no Dino players in the lineup. We've played a fair amount of them. Oh my god. Dude, they... Does anyone know if it's possible for a Geargia player to not open Ties of Brethren? Like, it's actually so frustrating playing against this deck. With the Sagaman Duel Links. That'd be pretty funny. No? I think a 2500 attack monster that can just summon itself would probably be too good for this game. I guess I'm in the Anishi. I guess I don't summon anything. Fuck. Do I have higher odds? So I'm pretty sure I united. I have 15 cards in deck, and 6 of them are good to draw. The 3 spirits or the 3 Kizans are kind of insane to draw. Where if I dojo first, the only one I can draw is Kizan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do this for 1. I guess 2 draws versus 1 draw. 2 draws. Okay, it's like 2 draws to pull to draw 3 good cards, or 1 draw to draw 6 good cards. I'm pretty sure you take the 1 draw. So if you dojo first, you can draw into Kizan, but if you united first, you can draw into Kizan or Legendary Secret of the Six Samurai. So that's kind of like... I did consider making Wayne there, but... Is there anyone to see your deck build? I can look at it for this game. It's like just 6 Samurai cards. I guess not, because Arsenal, he can't flip the... I guess he can't summon the anchor. He can't flip this one face down and also flip it face up. So maybe that didn't matter. I get why I didn't switch out to defense, but he probably should have. Yeah, he quit. Nice. What does mine say? Is there any way to see what mine says for accomplishments? Crap. Okay, see, we lost. And it's like... Okay, maybe we can do something if we go first. I mean, that's pretty good. Drawn to dojo. Drawn a double Kageki, what the fuck? That sucks. This is a hand that's called I Can't Beat Ancient Gears. Please brick. Thank you. Always open the Wyvern. Do you think he has Gear Tone? How does he destroy this while it's face up? I don't know. Because he can't double Cyclone, so never falling for the bait. I'm pretty sure he has like Gear Town Galaxy Cyclone in hand or something dumb like that. We did it. we beat Ancient Gears. They said it couldn't be done, but we did it. Oh, kind of shit hand, actually. And... oh my god, I just... oh man, that one hurts. Fuck. I'm pretty sure it didn't matter. I'm trying to think, like, what we could have drawn to... like, it's not like drawing the tuner does anything if we don't have any cards. But it would have made it so if we would have had a tuner here, we could have done something. And that would have been a little better. What? He just didn't have anything? Oh my god. He What? What was his hand? What just happened? Crap, we lost. That's unfortunate. Maybe not. If we draw keys on, it's better to normal summon this. If we don't, it's better to normal summon. I think we have to keep the hand just because the hand is just so powerful dealing with the Ancient Gear monster. It's looking rough. Looking very, very rough. See, like, because we didn't draw keys on, I feel like summoning the hand was better. I mean, how does he destroy face-up Gear Town in turn 1? Did you think I was going to negate that? He thought I was going to negate it! Oh my god. I love Ancient Gear players. Holy fuck. He just, like... he just bet the farm on the fact that I would negate the Gear Town. And it didn't work. What a baller. You know what though, to be fair, when I first started playing this deck, I remember earlier today, people were asking about why when they negate a Gear Town, it triggered. So I guess people are doing it. I mean, obviously I have to negate that. He still can't double Cyclone, so I'm not like super afraid. Maybe he plays Drowning. That'd be kind of unfortunate. No, this is dead. Oh, no. We're gonna have to start from the beginning. Come on, Konami. Make this guy brick, please. I hope he drew Reactor, Gear Town. He did not break. Ugh. Okay. Fuck, that's so bad. Okay, if his back row isn't real, it is. God damn it. Oh my god, it's real. This guy's so good. If that back row's a bluff, we actually do have game. Not joking. I don't think the back row is a bluff, but I just thought it'd be worth saying. Seriously? That's so fucked. He can draw like any one of like 100 cards in his deck, just like win the game. Yep. I'm pretty sure I just have to summon a Anishi. God, that feels bad though. The problem with the Anishi is that he doesn't have anything. The problem with the Anishi is that if I don't kill him, he can just summon. He can just tribute summon that guy. You know what's funny though is that card was so shitty every single game. We're talking like a ridiculous amount of games, like 60 games. That card never got summoned, and then like the one time, it just fucking gets in there. I don't think I've ever actually had this much fun in Duel Links so far. So yeah, this deck's great.